Hi, I'm Alice Hoffmann, an indie artist from Austria. I don't know if I can connect my thoughts on this video subject in a coherent thread, but maybe you will still get something out of it. So, I've hated redemption stories for a long time, because I thought it's a naive concept or a way for corrupted people to just manipulate others into being doormats and enjoying it. One of my most cynical takes, I guess. Also, I was annoyed that writers made me change my mind about characters that I had already evaluated before. It just felt dirty to me. But recently I started watching the show My Name is Earl and I noticed how much this has changed since the past. Redemption is right in the premise of the show because the main character Earl wants to make up for a long-ass list of misdeeds he did to a lot of people. It's full of fun shenanigans and in general, I recommend it. It's probably a pretty well-known show anyways and I just got very late into it, but you know, it is what it is. I know that it was on TV a lot some years ago, but I was just never interested in it. Even if I had tried watching it, I don't think that back then I would have actually been the kind of person to enjoy it. A certain part of me definitely likes the just world that My Name is Earl is set in. Even with a little delay, karma works pretty much as we'd like to think in this world. Sometimes I'm weirdly fascinated with the prison system, reform and rehabilitation and how it can be better. Prisons apparently weren't always an institution whose existence was taken for granted. I also enjoy listening to Lydia Benecke, who works as a psychologist for prisoners who have committed heavy crimes. Unfortunately, I think her talks and books are only available in German, which seems like a real crime to me as well. But the gist of it is that in order for things to substantially get better, first thing is to take better care of children, because they are the biggest variable in all of this. But other than that, we also need to have a way bigger willingness to learn about psychology in depth and be open to new information that our egos won't like. So the thing is, a lot of people seem to criticize her for just working with those people and being a genuinely awesome psychologist, I suppose, because they just can't wrap their heads around treating someone who committed a felony. There are so many misconceptions about that, like you are just giving them a free pass or you are wasting resources that they just don't deserve. And I think in this sense of people deserving something or not, we have a lot of potential for growth. Honestly, I'd like everyone to receive high-quality therapy, whether it be prisoners or anyone else, because we will need so many new methods of healing people, because there are so many things that we just don't understand about human psychology. It's such a long road. And even if we step by step change those things, I know it won't be easy, nothing can be done immediately all the way, even if all politicians would agree for once to invest the money into stuff we actually need. But yeah, I guess one difficulty of changing anything about the prison system is the difficulty that you can't expect the victims of today to let offenders off more easily, more or less, than makes sense for our collective current worldview. And I absolutely am counting myself into that. Because on good days I can be all generous and want social change for everyone, but it's kinda easy to say from the comfort of my couch while I'm not personally affected by certain things, you know? Sometimes I'm thinking about what people in a century or more will most likely think is pitiful or even primitive about the way we are living right now. And I hope that one day it will be the way that we deal with wrongdoings. And I hope we'll find ways to actually embrace redemption instead of retribution. I guess with we, I actually mean I. In the past, I've been seeing myself as a failure for missing certain milestones with arbitrary deadlines a lot. By the logic from back then, I was irredeemable since I was 16 because I wanted to be an established, successful, famous, skillful artist by that age. Yeah, I made that decision when I was 11, that's why it sounds so stupid, I know. Nowadays, to me, it's clear that that's a bit much to ask, especially since fame and the kind of success that I had in mind back then are dependent on other people's opinions, even when you are doing a genuinely good job. And in the first place, I just wanted that because I thought it's the closest thing to love one can get. And yet, I had been holding myself a prisoner in my own inner judgment jail. I only reluctantly gave myself a little more time to fulfill that lofty goal by, for example, 20, 25, etc. But all those numbers don't really have inherent meaning now, do they? There's a saying that everything you see in others is a mirror of what you see in yourself, or something along those lines. It probably works similarly with allowing yourself full redemption to be able to see it everywhere else. You might have heard of the just world fallacy before. Basically, it describes that it's a common misbelief that people will get what they justly deserve. I myself want to let go of it eventually. I've been using the idea that everyone will get what's coming for them, even if it's in an invisible way like a sucky private life, as a crutch, ultimately. As long as it matters if someone gets payback, you are always dependent on a circumstance. You are just not free. I haven't really talked about the story of this drawing, I think, so... Yeah, the girl in the front destroys everything. The whole world and universe, and the moment that it's done and just can't be stopped anymore, she instantly regrets it. I've been wondering, is she now forever irredeemable because everyone will be dead and definitely not forgiving her the moment that they die? Or is she automatically redeemed because redemption is a made-up concept anyway? I don't know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video with all its little meanderings. See you next time. Bye!